Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good today. So in today's video, I am going to talk about some new makeup launches, some things that are recently just launched in the market and I have already tested them out. Some I have been testing it out for quite some time, so I do have a very good idea how they work on the skin. So I'm going to give you guys mini reviews. I have the new Renee face base. This is the foundation. I have the Swiss Beauty contour palette. I have the Swiss Beauty concealer palette as well. I have this Maybelline Fit Me matte setting spray, and I have a concealer from Renee as well, and I have the Swiss Beauty this is the cream blush. So I do have quite a few things to go through, so let's get into the video now. Also, if you are someone who's new to my channel, thank you so much for checking this channel out. I mostly post about affordable makeup, skincare on this channel, so if that's the content you want to watch almost every single day, you are free to hit the subscribe button and along with that the notification bell as well. So let's get into the video now. So I just wanted to do a little live update, just talk about what's going on. So I leave a timestamp here where you can just skip this part and go into directly the product reviews if you want to see that. So I just have been meaning to say to you guys that I know that I haven't been replying to most of your comments, and that's because I don't know, I haven't been feeling the best lately. I don't know what's happening to me. I mean, social media is my job right now, but I just don't feel that I want to put out that much of things out there. I don't even know how to say this, but on Instagram as well, I used to put out a lot of stories before, but right now I'm just like this closed person and I don't even know why. I haven't been replying to a lot of DMs as well. Like I'm not in that state right now, and I always check out your DMs. I love reading your comments and I love to do that right now as well. It just lifts my mood up, but I haven't been doing that. I'll just post the video and I'll just go under my bed and I'll just sleep it off. I won't even look at how my video is doing right now, and I think that's because my videos aren't getting that much of engagement like it used to. But I don't know, I haven't been feeling the best, maybe because of that. I don't even know what's the problem with me right now, but I just feel that may be the issue, because as soon as I post a video, I used to look through the comments. I used to read a lot of your comments. I used to look at the views and how the video is doing overall. But right now, it's been like almost a week right now, I haven't been feeling that I need to look through my videos, and I just don't know. I should not be doing that, I know that, but just right now mentally I am not doing that great. But today actually I just woke up and I feel so grateful. I feel really happy, and I don't know, it's just so much of a mixed emotions I have been having. So I'm really sorry if I didn't reply to your comments. Please don't take it personally. I just haven't been doing that great. I will try to reply to each and every comment that I come across. At least I'll try to do that from today, or whenever I feel really good. But today, as I said, I have been feeling really good and I have been feeling grateful, and I really have I woke up and I'm in a good mood today for some reason. I am not feeling down or depressed or sad, I would say. So keeping that aside, let's move in with the video. So the first thing that we have here is that I tested out here is the Swiss Beauty On The Move concealer palette. Now as soon as I got this concealer palette, I was like, oh my god, this looks beautiful. This has all the essential colors that I may need, honestly. And I feel like I love Swiss Beauty base makeup so much. I love their concealers, I love the foundations that they have, and I was so happy to get this. I got this from the website. This only retails for 299 rupees and you get 6 shades of concealer in here. And I tested out the concealer. First of all, when I was swatching it on my hands, I do have to say that it felt like it was quite creamy, not suitable for this weather, definitely. As I was swatching, I just know that this is extremely creamy, and it wasn't high coverage as well. Like, it's not even medium coverage, I would say. You can build it up, but again, it's so creamy that it kind of slips and slides. So first I tested out this shade right here. As you can see, I think so it's like the first shade on my left hand side. So this is the shade that I first tested out, and as I was blending it out with my fingers, I know that this kind of concealer, as it's very creamy, it's not going to blend well with your sponge, and it's not going to blend well with your brushes as well. So I was trying to blend this with my fingers. I liked how it looked. It looked super natural. It gave me a nice dewy finish. I liked it, okay? At first, that was my initial thought, but as I applied the second shade, which is like a lighter shade, on the second eye. I actually did not like it at all. It's too creamy is what I would say, and that too it's coming from someone who likes creamy concealers. I love creamy concealers. I have dry skin, I have dry under eyes. I love something that's quite hydrated and at the same time it's dewy. But this one is a little bit too dewy, where it just sits on top of my skin. The first shade I used was really good, but after a while I did notice that it was kind of separating, and again that is because I feel like it is too creamy. Now for this weather, to this concealer you cannot even use it. I think I will try it out when it's a little bit more dry. The season is a little bit more dry. We are moving into the humid months, so obviously we need something that is not this creamy at least. So when I tried to set this with a powder, oh my god, it looks so patchy. I did not like it at all. Like, I honestly don't think I will be able to use this during the summer. I'll try to maybe again use this with some foundations, but I feel like this slips and slides, this moves around so much, this kind of creases a lot more than I expected it to. So honestly, this concealer wasn't a hit for me today. I really wanted it to work, but the formulation is not the best is what I would say. So for me, this is something that I would not recommend just yet. Let me just try it out when it gets a little bit dry again, and again I'll try this out again in off camera as well, and maybe give you guys a full on review. But for me right now, I just wouldn't suggest this concealer to you guys. I'll just hold it off for a little bit and then maybe give you a full on yes or no. But for right now, I just don't think you guys should purchase this one. So the next product we have here is this Renee Face Base Foundation. Now this foundation, I thought it was going to be a little bit dark for me, but it did match my skin tone perfectly. I think that's because it's a little bit, I would say, much more on the medium coverage. It's not a full coverage foundation. You can totally build it up to full coverage, I feel like. But personally, I don't think so. I would like it as a full coverage foundation. Now this one, it says it's an oil-free full coverage. I don't think so. It's full coverage anyway. So this is like matte, and this is pore fix as well. It says weightless formula with hyaluronic acid. It's good. Like, it does feel very lightweight on the skin. That's what I would say. My initial thought while applying this foundation was that it's extremely lightweight. Now I was applying this with a sponge. This is the normal sponge that I always use to apply any sort of foundation. Now with the sponge, I really did like how this blended out. It's a very natural finish. I did prime my face really well with a good hydrating primer and a good moisturizer. So I feel like even though it is matte, it did look satin on me, and that is the finish that I personally want. Now if you have dry, like oily skin, I would suggest you use a kind of a mattifying primer maybe, and then go in with this foundation. You are going to like it. It's very skin-like. So it's very skin-like, it's lightweight, it's extremely, looks beautiful on the skin, although I wouldn't say that this is full coverage. Maybe again, you can build it up to full coverage, but I did really like the foundation a lot. I feel like this is the foundation that I will be using much more in the humid days. As it says, it definitely is a matte foundation, although, if you have dry skin, you can use a lot of primers, a lot of hydrating primers and moisturizers, and then maybe bring it up to a satin finish. But I can see that this is totally what it says. It's a really good foundation, and I feel like it's definitely worth spending your money on. So the next product I tried is again from Renee as well, and this is the Face Base Concealer. Now this concealer is something that I just think so, I don't know, I'm like, it's an okay concealer for me. Would I spend that much of money to buy this concealer? I mean, it's only like 400 something. I just don't see that this concealer is giving me a lot of coverage. When it comes to concealers, I do want it to have a little bit more coverage. I don't see that this is extremely creamy as well. Like for example, the Blue Heaven concealer pen that I recently used, even that one doesn't have that much of coverage, but that one is so creamy and hydrating that it, if I use that concealer with any of my matte concealers, it just makes the matte concealer formulas look really good. So that is a really good mixing concealer for me. This one also doesn't have that much of coverage as a concealer, but this one again, it's not super dewy on my skin, it's not super creamy, it's just an okay concealer, I feel like. So for this concealer also, I'm not like completely impressed with the formula. I feel like there are a lot of concealers under the price of rupees 300 even that work so much better than this product, I feel like. So for me, this is not something that again I would recommend to you guys. It's an okay product. It's not quite bad, but it's not really that impressive as well. So yeah, I just feel like I will be definitely using this concealer in the future. It's not a bad product, as I said. So before moving in, if you guys are wondering what lip shade I have on, I have the cute nude shade from Swiss Beauty. This shade is just the perfect nude for me. So anyway, moving on, we have the Swiss Beauty contour palette right here. A lot of you guys wanted me to test out this palette. First of all, I think this is the lighter shade that they have. This is the 01. I got the shade 01 because the shade 02, I think it was out of stock, so I had to get this shade. Now first of all, let me talk about the formulation of this. This is quite creamy. As I was swatching it on my hands, first of all, the swatches don't look good at all because I feel like it does look exactly like the shade of my hands, you know, the swatches of this palette. So anyway, let's come into the formulation of this. It's quite creamy is what I would say. I love the formula of this. I use this you know, a little bit of the beige shade right here to set my under eyes. It is a palette that I will travel with. This palette, like it's a really good travel friendly palette. The lighter shades, you can use it to set your under eyes or set even your face, I feel like, because the formula is so creamy and lightweight. Now I mixed both the darker shades today to give me a very nice natural contour. And I use the Mars brush because this is the only brush that I have been using for my bronzers, contour, and even cream blush. So I think so this palette is amazing. It gave me such a nice subtle bronze. It's not too much on my skin and it's not too pigmented. It's moderately pigmented, which is something that I absolutely love, because if a bronzer is, you know, too pigmented, when you try to blend it out, you sometimes lift off the foundation underneath. But with this bronzer formulation, I feel like it's really nice. It's creamy. It's quite affordable also. I think I paid like $269 for this palette. Wow, this is actually so good. I honestly would totally 100% recommend you guys try this one out. As I tried the 01 shade, I think the 01 shade suits me really well because this does give me a nice natural bronze, something that I personally like on a day-to-day basis. So for me, this was quite a hit, and especially considering the price, it's amazing. Like, you guys should definitely test it out. So the next product we have here is a cream blush, or cream and tint, and it's in the shade Berrylicious. So this is like for lip, cheek, and eyelid tint. Now first, when I swatched it, the only, you know, thing that came across my mind is that, oh, it's creamy. Like, it's extremely creamy and emollient. So when I swatched it on my face with my fingers, it was so pigmented, and at first I initially thought that maybe this formulation was like Cuffs and Lashes, the cream blush the Cuffs and Lashes has. That is my absolute favorite, by the way. So I thought it was going to be very similar to that, but I don't think so it is. I mean, although it's creamy, you do have to work really quickly to blend it into your skin, and it does blend quite nicely. But I feel like, you know, on one cheek I applied a lot and it was so hard for me to blend. I was trying to blend it out with my sponge, my brushes, but it was so hard to blend. So you do have to, you know, see which is the best way for you to use this, because I feel like just going in with a little amount and then blending it out instantly is the best way to use this shade or this blush. But yeah, it did lift a little bit of my foundation while I was blending in with the sponge. But I just think that, you know, why? Because I was trying to blend the entire cheek really fast. I think that is why it was, you know, it looked a little bit patchy. I don't think so it's the blush formulation, because on one side I did try to blend it really nicely and it is really, you know, it's looking really nice and dewy and all of that. So I just think that the formulation of this blush is not something that it's very easy to work with, but once you get the hang of it, I think it's quite good. I'll just open my doors because as I was saying, that this is quite good, and this I feel like is going to be honestly something that I would totally use during this humid months, because I feel like it has the perfect amount of dewy finish to it. At the same time, it's not completely matte, which is something that I personally don't like in cream blushes, but it does stay on quite nicely as well. So I feel like this is going to be a good product, but I just need to figure out how to use it nicely and in a way that it's not, you know, it doesn't look patchy. Now, yeah, so for $1.99, it's a really good product. So the next product we have here is the Blush It Up. This is also a lip and cheek tint. Now this is the packaging. Look at it. It looks like the milk package, you know. It's so cute. So I did not actually throw out the outer packaging because I wanted to show you guys that this is so cute. Now coming into the packaging of this, I love the packaging of this. This is quite good. It comes in with a mirror. First of all, I love blushes when it comes with this kind of flat pan packaging because it's so easy for me to apply. Like I can take my brush and just put it out in the pan and just tap. So I feel like it's quite, you know, easy to apply when it comes in this kinds of packaging. Now coming into the formulation of this, I couldn't use it today obviously because I had to use the Swiss Beauty one. First, when you open it up, the packaging, it smells so good. It smells so delicious, like almost like berry, something like that, like strawberries. So now coming into the formulation of this, it's quite stiff. It's not as much as creamy, you know, as the Swiss Beauty one. It's quite a stiff formula, but it's easy to blend out. At least on my hands, that's what I would say. It was quite easy to blend it out, but it is stiff. So I just think that, you know, using it during the hot, humid months is going to be really perfect because I feel like the formulation isn't too creamy. So again, if you are someone who have oily skin, maybe you will like it. Now I'll have to test it out on my cheeks and give you guys a full-on review of it, and I'll do that soon. But I just wanted to show you guys that this is quite a good product, and it's quite you know, different than a lot of cream blushes that I have been using. At least while I was watching it, it kind of felt a little bit different. So we'll see how this works on the skin later. The next product we have here is this Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless. This is the setting spray. Now this says it's matte and it's going to give you an instant matte finish. Now after, you know, the first thing I have to talk about this is the spritz of this. You have to spritz it quite down in one go, and then it's going to evenly spread in your face. If you just spritz it like this, it's not really that good. So you just have to press it all the way down, and then it gives you a nice, good, you know, finish or good spritz. Now the second thing about this is that it definitely makes your skin look very matte. It does have a little bit of the alcohol scent in it, and that's because I think it has witch hazel. Yes, it does have witch hazel. Just keep that in mind while you are, you know, getting this, because if that's an ingredient that irritates your skin, I don't think so you will find this quite good. Anyway, coming into the matte claim of this setting spray, I feel like it is completely matte, and I did try to use a tissue as well. Here, as you can see, there is only a little bit of transfer of the foundation onto the tissue. While I was applying this yesterday, the setting spray, I did feel like it is completely like the way it claims to be. It's exactly like that. It is a matte setting spray that is going to make your makeup last longer. And as you guys saw on my face as well today, I did not use a lot of powder or any sort of compact. Only on my under eyes I use a compact, and on the rest of my face I don't have any compact powder, but my face does look quite matte, not like my usual dewy self, you know. So I feel like it does make your makeup matte. It makes your makeup long lasting. So I just think that it is a product that I think I will love. Even if I am someone, I love a good nice dewy look, but during the summers, of course, I do prefer a little bit of that soft matte look as well. So I think so this is going to be a really good product for me to use during the season. So anyway, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. My favorites has to be definitely the Maybelline setting spray, the face base from Renee. I did like the Swiss Beauty blush as well. I feel like I just need to look, you know, ways or how to use it properly. Where is the blush? Yeah, this is the blush. So I just feel like these three are the products that I absolutely did love, and I think so these are the products that I am just going to use throughout this summer. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if there is any other makeup that you would want me to try out. And again, I'm really sorry if I did not respond to any of your comments recently. I will definitely be, you know, much more active from now on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.